Stop being invisible. As a sound professional in 2025, you need a certain amount of visibility on social media in order to get your dream clients, the jobs that you want, and actually the creative work that you're craving for and that you prepared all your life for in order to get these things and do these things. You know, I wanted to work on blockbuster movies, and I have this goal now for so many years, and I'm not there yet, but I'm so much closer to it, and I already achieved something similar. I worked on AAA games like Avatar and Assassin's Creed, and that happened through me setting this goal. And back then, I wasn't a content creator per se, but I already knew how to network and how to market myself and how to understand what my real value is and where I want to go. So I had my goals aligned already. If you have that, I congratulate you. That's already halfway. But nowadays, something I realized back then when I was still employed at Ubisoft but needed more money, and prior to that I worked in the films industry for 10 years, so I had a lot of connections there. I tried to acquire a Foley editing job. By the way, my name is Bastian Gerner. I'm a Foley artist and sound designer working for 15 years in the industry, and I want to help you with grow your business as a sound professional and to elevate your game with certain Foley techniques that I have. But this video is about that you should get out there and create content in order to speak to the people that you want to communicate with. And by just sending DMs on LinkedIn or whatever, this really doesn't work today. You have to give people the chance to get to know you before you write them on LinkedIn, before you ask valuable questions maybe in the DM, before you comment on their post. And that's what this video is about. So if you want to level up your game and really become next level in your career as an audio professional, please stick with me. I have a couple of points that might really help you to get there. So first thing, I started my Instagram channel 2 years ago, and then I posted every now and then, but I already posted with the incentive I want to become a creator. So before I even started to post, I built a whole studio that you can actually also watch here on my YouTube channel, how I actually built that. The video did cost me 5,000 euros or even more. To build that studio did cost me 100,000 euro. And nowadays I don't see the big value in this video, and the studio is gone as well. So now I'm sitting in another studio, but this is also optimized for content creation with the learnings from the first studio. So a little bit less expensive lighting, not focusing on color. Anyhow, this is how I started. I had this idea and I really went for it. You know, I invested a lot of money and I thought to document this whole process is worth it. So I hired a cameraman and I did like, okay, this is content creation. But I was wrong. This is not necessarily content creation that gets you hired. This is content creation that costs a lot of money and that lives somewhere, but how can I use it now to show you my mistakes maybe, but not more than that. People need to understand making content must not be expensive. You just need your phone. I recommend get yourself an iPhone. This is really pristine quality. I'm using that one here right now. I have another one. I can film time lapses with that in the meantime. And this is already everything that you need. And then you just have to think about a couple of things. And the first thing is, what do you actually want? What is your goal? Where do you want to end up working? What are the people you want to work with, collaborate with? So what's your target audience? So for example, me, I am working as a Foley artist. So I want to attract people who have projects for Foley work that see my content and that see how good I am, so that there will be time in space when they actually think, oh, I have to call Bastian because he's the Foley guy who comes to mind with this project that I have, because maybe my go-to person is not available or whatever reason they have, that they contact me for the first time. And that actually happened. And my first goal was, I want to be the most well-known Foley artist in the world through making content. And that's why I built this expensive studio with all the lighting, and I bought like expensive Sony cameras that I couldn't handle. And all these things was just for that reason. I wanted to be the most known Foley artist on social media, and therefore the most known Foley artist in general from that point of view. Not the most experienced, not the one with the most credits, but the the one that is in people's minds the most, because I'm always there when they open up LinkedIn, when they open up Instagram. That was my initial goal. And then I thought, I also want to help people and coach people. So that was the next thing, that I built an expensive website so that people could apply there for a one-on-one coaching. Okay, both things I think worked. So after 1 year, I coached at least 7-8 people successfully. I also helped myself to become well known as a Foley artist, because I had from 3,000 to 9,000 followers on LinkedIn and from 200 to 45,000 on Instagram. When I went to an industry show, people always came to me and said, Bastian, great videos. I always watch them on LinkedIn. And then I always told these people, but you don't like them, right? Because I only have 20 likes, but everyone in the industry knows my videos and they like them actually, but they don't hit like. On Instagram, it's a different story. But okay, that goal was achieved. So you can do that as well. But what is your goal? That you have to know first. And then if, for example, you want to be in advertisement and you want to work more on commercials, then you might have social media content around that. And then you show not only your work and how good you can do redesigns on commercials, but you connect with all the people who do this work actually, like Gregory Caron or his Foley artist Samuel Jakovic, I think, from Czechoslovakia, from Prague, shoutouts. And then you meet all those people and connect with them and try to learn from them. And then you also show your process, your persona, and you do all those things regularly, consistently, with little effort. Just take your phone, put it on a stand, record your thing, maybe learn how to use OBS and record the screen with your camera together. It also doesn't cost anything. And that way you can build that habit of frequently creating content to a targeted audience. So if you want to work on commercials, you might not want to impress other sound designers with your work. You want advertisement agencies or people like Gregory hire you if they cannot do the work. So you have to think about content that actually attracts those people and not fellow sound designers that you show off your skills and everyone pats you on the back. And if you don't want to sell educational products, you also don't have to get out massive value of this is how I came up with this and here's my freebie and take this and come on my email list and then you sell courses later on. If that's not your goal, you don't have to do that. So think really deep about what you want to achieve, who you want to speak to, and then find a way how to create content around that. And that is the first step of you going on that route of success, because attention is the currency of 2025. And if you don't hone this attention from people you want it from, you're losing out. Having said that, thank you very much for listening. Please think about it and do it. Follow me, follow Robert Dutzig, follow people like Ben Jacquier, follow people like Arnaudio, follow people like Marshall McGee, Akash Thakkar. These are the people who already do it and they succeeded and still succeed with it, and you can do it too. Thank you for listening. Enjoy one of the next videos. DM me on Instagram with anything you want to know, and then see you in the next one. Peace, the Foley teacher.